News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with T. Fox.
You know, you guys do have a, just hard-headed. Just hard-headed. I just don't understand you sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, you can be a little simple.
Just say stupid. You can't say it.
You can be very simple.
You're nice. That's one thing I love about you, T.
Dr. Braxton Cosby.
The sound that they hear after they occlude your artery when that cuff goes up.
Okay, now I really...
After you close it off.
Close it off. And you're talking about when you squeeze the arm.
Not just you squeeze, when the cuff squeezes.
When the cuff squeezes your arm, that's called...
It actually closes off that brachial artery. Occlude. Okay. Told us what that guy did in Waco. Okay.
Why do you always introduce me last?
And Jamie Dukes.
That was Dr. Dukes. My doctorate, there's no period. It's a dash and a space.
Yes.
So therefore, that way I don't have to worry about getting sued.
Ask the Fat Doctors is powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation.
I had outer body experience where, when I'm working out, I felt...
Jamie.
How far did you go out of the body?
I mean, like really out of the body. I mean, just, and telling myself, you gotta work out. Fat boy, you gotta work out.
You must work out.
Were you outside of your body looking at yourself? Had you moved there?
That is
but mine is Mike Tyson, actually. He's the guy that motivates me. Look here, Dukes. You better get your fat butt up right now and start working out. I'm going to punch you in the face.
All right, welcome to Ask the Fat Doctors. I am your host, T. Fox, along with Jamie Dukes. That's you.
That is me.
That is you.
Here, present.
Yeah,
accounted for.
Step up. And along with Dr. Braxton Cosby.
Hello.
Okay, I did that pretty good, right?
It rolled so smooth.
That was smooth.
Welcome to Ask the Fat Doctors. I'm excited about being here.
And here we are.
Yeah, I'm excited, Jamie.
Very excited.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot that we're going to cover in this next half hour. And I think what we're going to be introducing to folks is going to be something very interesting. I think they're going to like probably what we have to offer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this first show coming out the box here is a show that's a little heavy based on what the current events that just happened with in Newton or Newtown, Connecticut, with this shooting. It is so just unfathomable what happened there. It is just it's just unspeakable about what happened there. A 20-year-old shooter went into an elementary school, opened fire, killing 27 people, 18 of them children. And that's elementary school children between the ages of 5 and 10.
Unbelievable.
It's just totally, it just totally blows. I just don't even know what to say.
Well, but it speaks to kind of what we're going to be talking about today. And Dr. Cosby, you know better than most. Your PhD, even though you went to a school down in Miami.
That's not the Harvard of the South?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's Florida.
That is right.
State.
It speaks to mental disease, and it speaks to this whole show came about because of for me, as a former NFL player, played 10 years in the National Football League. I've had 7 teammates die all before the age of 47, all from obesity-related deaths. 5 of them died of heart attacks. The great Reggie White died from complications from sleep apnea, but he was overweight.
Of course.
And the whole point being that, what we'll talk about a little later on is it starts with the mind.
Yeah.
And obviously what happened here, there was something wrong with this young man.
Sure. I mean, everything begins and ends in the mind. If people really, if you really would tune in, I don't know, Doc, if you would confirm that or if you would underscore that, but I think everything begins and ends in the mind. This 20-year-old that decided to take 2 guns into this elementary school and open fire, he actually went into the school where his mother teaches, and he shot her too. He shot her dead too.
I would even take a little bit further and think that things can originate, the ideas, the thoughts, the plans.
Sure.
But really, if you look a little bit deeper, it really starts in the spirit. I mean, where are we now in America spiritually?
That's good.
That governs our thoughts to now perform the actions that these people are doing.
That's good, Doc.
I think we're really out of sync with that.
That's good.
Well, he's a doctor. Good. He's supposed to be good.
Well, yeah, he is supposed to be good.
Yeah. PhD,
he is supposed to be good.
Right. And your doctorate in physical. Talk a little bit about your background, Dr. Cosby.
Clinical doctorate in physical therapy. Been practicing about 10 years. And you talk about mental illness. My specialty.
Why did you point at me like that when you said that?
Because I was referring to you referring to it. He didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I work in geriatrics now, and you talk about dementia and the advancing of some of the cognitive deficits, the decision making. It's really sad when you see where people used to be. You visit with their families, you see the portraits and what they used to look like, and all this livelihood they had and everything, and how it just changes with dementia. It speaks to the levels of how the existence of a person is really based on their mind and how well their cognition and how they think and act, and the behavior that some of the folks are displaying nowadays in America is truly appalling.
Yeah, it really is. And we're going to continue to talk about this, and we're going to continue to talk about some other things that are along the same lines, along with S.T.A.T.S. It's an acronym, S.T.A.T.S, and we're going to tell you what that means and how important that is. And we're going to go into that a little bit later, and we'll be back in just a moment.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chart Your Size. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make that first step today.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
We are back here at Ask the Fat Doctors. I am your host, T. Fox, along with Jamie Dukes and Dr. Braxton Cosby. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're so glad to be here with this new edition of this show that I think that you guys are going to enjoy as we continue to share some of the things that we do here. Now, S.T.A.T.S is something that we were going to start talking about, and it's a very important acronym here on the show. S.T.A.T.S, of course, a lot of people think is short for statistics.
Right,
which this word S.T.A.T.S is not short for statistics. It's short for a whole bunch of things that the great Dr. Cosby over here has come up with.
He just made
just a little something I coined when I was looking at.
Did you get a copyright on this, or did you just?
No, I did not. I might trademark it, though.
Okay.
Well, I could do one on poor man copyright.
I was about to say a poor man.
Mail it to myself. Actually, I did that last week, so nobody please try to copy that.
Does it work?
Copy that right.
Does it work?
It does. Poor man's works. It's good enough.
Okay.
It's good enough. I wanted to, people always ask me, well, how do I know if I'm healthy? What's wellness, the whole 9 yards? And what I did is coin this little acronym that I think gives people a good barometer, a baseline for them to know, where they're going, what's the right approach to wellness and health. And I thought I'd just break it down to these 5 little letters that stand for words that people can kind of go with.
So what's the first one?
Well, the first one is just
S.
sex.
Okay, so that's S.
Doesn't mean how many times you're doing it.
It does not.
Does S mean like your gender or
yes, your gender?
Not the activity,
now,
but your gender.
Does that mean you have to know whether you're male or female? Or
yes, this is to know if you're male or female,
what?
And
Okay,
if you're predisposed. If you're predisposed to certain diseases by being male or female, you need to know that. Like the young ladies' tea. Young ladies.
Thank you. I'll take that. Absolutely. I receive all that.
Yeah. You have to, once you get into your 40s, you really start to lose bone mass. Okay. So ladies need to know that they're more prone.
Hold on. Was you trying to?
I said young ladies' tea because I know you're young lady tea.
That's right. Go ahead.
But if you do get into your 40s anytime soon, it's important to start really loading that calcium and things because you do start to lose bone density much faster than males do. Okay. So as a female, you may be more predisposed to osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, things like that. So,
and what about men? What are they more prone to?
Coronary artery disease.
Okay.
We talk about the bellies.
When the men get into their 40s, Jamie.
Yes.
Isn't it like prostate?
You need to get the prostate checked every year.
Yeah.
So those types of things. We need to be aware. Of what's going on.
I don't know how y'all did this stirrup thing all these years.
But you are. You
I don't know how they did that. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
You
did them
all
stirrups
are
so you got stirrups to do that, man.
Well, I mean, for the women.
Oh, okay.
But for the guys, I couldn't even imagine.
You just go the other way.
Yeah.
And you guys are such.
But they don't have to do stirrups to check your prostate.
No, but you bend over. I said you go the other way.
But I
So you
need.
just
But see, the
kinda
thing
like
is,
sissies.
I need that to be the push though, because
No,
you know,
y'all are just sissies when
Go
it comes
ahead, what's
to
the
that.
next
It
one?
is.
That's just so
and
bad.
T is your total blood count. So you need to know your cholesterol, your
Okay.
glucose. Are you predisposed to diabetes in your family? What's your history on things? So,
Okay.
Total white blood cell count. Are you sick all the time?
Okay.
All those types of things that they do when you go to the doctor. Total blood count workup.
Okay, and A?
The A is the activity level. Are you active? What is your metabolism like? I know everybody say, well, I got a slow metabolism. And that's supposed to be an excuse, but it's no longer an excuse.
Right.
If you go to the website about the Billion Pound Blitz, you'll see the article I wrote about metabolism. It's really just a good measure of how well your body runs as a system based on your weight and height.
And speaking of that, you can visit us on Facebook, real easy. It's Ask the Fat Doctors. You can visit our website also at askthefatdoctors.com. It's real easy. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at AskTheFatDocs. That's just DOCS at Twitter. Okay, so now the next T, the first S is your sex.
Then we got the T
not activity, but
it is
your
good
gender.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So T is total
Praise
blood
God.
count.
Amen.
Okay, and A
Thank you,
is
Lord.
Activity level.
activity. Okay, and the next T.
The next one is a training regimen. How many days a week are you working out?
Okay. So A and T kind of collide. So.
Yeah, because we want to know how active you are to get a gauge of your basal metabolic rate. We'll get in that stuff some other time.
I love that.
Which is
It gets a little spicy at times if you don't mix basil properly with the.
Is that
no.
Is that along with the cumin or the?
No.
Okay.
No, Jamie.
No.
No.
Okay.
What?
He said basil rate. Or
No,
right.
what did you
basil.
just say,
I
Doc?
like basil.
Basal metabolic rate.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's a little different.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot
Yeah.
different than the basil.
Not the
cook
rate at
with.
which you add the
Not that.
basil.
That's what I thought you were
No,
talking
no,
about.
no.
Okay.
No, Jamie.
But Doc, by
And
the
that
way,
should be a pinch by.
that's it. Is,
every-
See, why are
that's,
you egging him on?
That's.
with that?
I'm just
What?
trying to
See,
say.
he'll.
Doc,
Okay.
but talking
And-
about workout regimens, though, Dr. Braxton Cosby developed for us C4. Chacha-size, you heard about that.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's
based
right.
on
We'll
line
tell you more
dancing.
about
But
Chacha-size.
Braxton developed C4, which is Chacha-size for men.
Yeah, which I think
and
you
so
guys
that's
do
a
good
great
job.
program that men can do because the reason we had to create it, and women will love it too because it's a toning regimen. The reason we had to do it for men is because we're Neanderthals, and so some guys don't like to dance.
Yeah.
And Chacha-size is based on slide, shuffle, wobble, things of that nature. We got Cupid, matter of fact, coming in next week to participate in a big event we're having for the city of Atlanta in our
Right.
partnership with the city of Atlanta and the Office of Recreation. So our Christmas party is going to happen. So Cupid's going to be there as well, and he's got an
He's our
exercise
friend.
program called Q-Robics. But anyway, so we have T, and then what's the last?
Last
We did training regimen already. How
And the
many days a
last
week?
S.
And the
Right,
last
last
one is
S.
spirituality. And we touched on this earlier. We think it's all about the mind, but what actually governs the mind is the spirit.
You
Yes,
need.
sir.
Is that so? That's the kind of spirit.
That's
So
what
you
we
need.
want.
So right. So we
Spiritual alignment,
so
man. Where are you? You got to
Yeah.
believe in something greater than yourself. Most times, even manage your health.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay, so S.T.A.T.S, S-T-A.T.S. And if anyone wants to go back and refresh about what you just went over, we can go. They can go straight to our AskTheFatDoctors.com website and they can find everything there. And we're going to talk a little bit about Chacha-size and letting everybody know what Chacha-size is. Now, we've been doing it for a little while.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone that comes in contact with Chacha-size just absolutely loves it. And it's real simple. I mean, it's just based on the cha-cha slide dance that everybody does at parties and
Cupid
family
shuffle.
reunions, the Cupid shuffle,
We
the
do some
wobble, any
wobble.
line
Yep,
dance,
yep.
and we just throw a few exercise moves in there.
Well, it's more than a few exercise moves. It really we created an exercise regimen because people don't understand a lot of times that the movements that you're doing are actually aerobic activity.
That's right. That's right.
And so what we've done is, and we have some great instructors. We have great partnerships around the city. Matter of fact, excited that we're going to be working with DeKalb County. We have Chacha-size ABC, which is an academic
Love
curriculum.
that one.
For
the little babies.
That's right, because research shows, and see, you thought I didn't study.
Here we go.
Research shows that if you introduce a 10-minute event into a child's day, it releases a metabolic reaction thing.
Is that the
I'm gonna try to follow you here.
It releases these endorphins or something in the brain.
Serotonin.
It's something.
Serotonin,
That
which
is
is
serotonin.
A chemical reaction.
It's stimulus.
A stimulus happens in the brain.
It's a good feeling stimulant.
Yes,
right.
and it promotes focus and attention.
Yeah.
And so doing Cha-Cha-Size in the classroom, because there's also in the state of Georgia, they have this thing called the SHAPE requirements, which requires schools to create opportunities for physical fitness with students within the classroom environment, not including PE. So Cha-Cha-Size ABC not only helps with the academic aspect of it, and we recommend teachers do it in the morning or prior to any testing, but it also is a great exercise tool. So we've expanded that to even going, we're going to be kicking it off. And we did it this summer as part of our partnership with the City of Atlanta and the Office of Recreation. We had over 1,500 kids in the program in the summer, and we burned over 6 million calories in 2 months.
Good job.
So on top of the stimulant that it was, it also helped burn calories. So we'll be rolling out in the new year. We'll be rolling out to Cobb County. Dr. Atkinson, Doc Walker are very excited about the program, and they've been very receptive to what we're doing. And we have great partners like Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola Foundation, and the NFL is going to be a big part of this strategy as well. So we're very excited about all the things that we're doing there, and I mean, it's going to be of a big benefit. But the other piece of the equation too is we're going to engage the employees, the teachers. We're going to have them do what we've been doing in the community with getting them in shape.
Well, I mean, and Cha-Cha-Size is for everybody. Just like you said, Cha-Cha-Size ABC is for the little babies, and it goes all the way up to the Cha-Cha-Size for the boomers.
Little babies.
Yeah.
You're from the South, from the babies.
And you don't have to have rhythm. People
Right.
think that.
Yeah.
You know, the instructors, you know, we kind of went through that. You need to have a little something.
You need to have a little something. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But, I mean, I had this guy the other day. He's like, well, you know, I don't have rhythm. I said, you don't need it. I said, this is all about music, time into movement. And this is what's going to help you with your coordination.
Talk about RAS, too, because I don't think
RAS, or rhythmic auditory stim. Yeah, it's something that we've been
my.
using for a long time in medicine as far as physical therapy is concerned. Some of our stroke patients, Parkinson's, they put music on and they teach people how to move when they time it. So that increases your strength gains, your learning mechanisms of the brain. So we incorporated that into Cha-Cha-Size for men because we really want people to be able to do the right timing on the sets of bicep, tricep, all that type of fancy stuff.
And you know what? And when we have really packed a lot of information in, and we're going to come back and we're going to go through that information real fast so everyone will know. And also, we have this real fun segment called Hold On Play. And that's coming up next, right after this.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
What a pleasure to be here. So wonderful to be in Pasadena where it's 138 during the day and 36 at night. A pimp don't know what to wear. I'm in the hotel lobby. I got on a fur coat, some swim trunks, some Timberlands, and an umbrella because I don't know what may happen in this raggedy this evening.
Okay, and we're back here at Ask the Fat Doctors. I am T. Fox along with Jamie Dukes and Dr. Braxton Cosby, and that was the great. He really is great.
He is great. Genius.
He's brilliant.
Funny man.
The great Cat Williams.
I love me some Cat Williams.
Oh, I absolutely adore Cat. He's he's actually one of the best comics of recent times. He's just got some challenges.
No, he's got some challenges. And let me tell you the challenge. I mean, we've known about him being arrested, and we started the show talking about mental disease and the issues therein. And this guy, dude, needs help because something bad's getting ready to happen.
Absolutely. And that's why I was telling folks, this is not a laughing matter. No pun intended with Cat. This is not a laughing matter. What's going on with this Cat?
Well, he just slapped. Well, first of all, there's something wrong with him. He just slapped the guy at Target. I mean, you can Google it. I mean,
it's a video.
Was he trying to get a refund and he wouldn't help him out?
The funny thing was he just walked up to dude. Walked up to dude.
No, there's no audio, so you don't know what they're talking about.
No, but you can tell when they get confrontation because you can see body language.
Posture.
Yeah, you can tell something just went off and
he just.
That's all you heard. He was sitting there talking. Hey man, how you doing? What's going on, man? And just went off. And then on top of that,
did you see him get on one of the little cart things?
Yeah, he left with this. You know, the
wait a minute, he got on a cart.
The electric strollers, the electric carts that the people drive around.
So
the
he couldn't walk anymore.
That's really apparently not. So that's how he rode up out the store.
And stopped and hollered at one of the little cashiers before he pulled off on the.
You got a number?
I don't know.
On the back of the receipt.
Probably slapped her too.
Oh my gosh! But really, seriously, this we need to keep him in our prayers, really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know you looking at me like T, don't be like that. Don't be so soft about it. But
I'm not
it's
saying
true.
But see, you know what though? There's the thing about it. When you're diagnosed that way, and he's been arrested.
At least a dozen times.
Right.
At least a dozen times.
So, dude, gotta take your meds.
But
No,
Jamie,
but
he didn't ask everybody around him that's helping him, from what I understand. But
you don't need nobody around him. The doctor, take your meds. If you're bipolar, take your meds. Just like we encourage. Just like when you got, just like you got high. You know what it is? If you got high blood pressure, take your meds.
Well,
if you got heart disease,
you got to hold somebody accountable.
Right.
You can't just
I'm
be the
a
rest
huge
of
fan of Cat Williams, and I know it's trouble. Well, all I'm saying is I'm a big fan. But with all of this, that's the point. You must take your meds. When you know and you're diagnosed with something, you must take your meds.
So this is the segment actually called "Hold On, Player."
That's what it is. Hold on, player.
Now, do you want to explain to those listening what "Hold On,
Hold On,
Player" is all
is
about?
created by a dear friend of the family, friend of the show, Deion Sanders, and so when you see somebody like, for example, you see a woman who's a size 30 wearing some tights and no shirt to go over the back, you go, "Hold on, player."
Anything that is just totally outrageous that just almost stops you in your tracks. You know what? So there was something that happened to you, Braxton, that made you just stop in your tracks and say, "Hold on."
I'm not gonna lie. I went to McDonald's this morning.
Nothing wrong with McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
Wait till I tell you.
Okay.
And we're gonna pick up a couple of iced teas for some coworkers, and I said, "Well, what would I get?" And I started looking. I'm like, "Man, what are those numbers next to all the meals?" McDonald's is now starting to list the calories.
Which is good. Which is a good thing.
This shows you how long I've been there.
Wow.
And I heard by January 1, it's going to be legit everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I go in there, 3 pancakes, 610 calories.
Incredible, right?
Right.
Incredible.
We didn't even talk about syrup and butter. This is just the pancake, right? So the average person goes to the gym, "Man, I knocked off 500 calories. Go eat them pancakes." You did nothing.
And you did a zero.
And it's just that simple.
You did nada.
And I promise you, out of all the breakfast meals, the lowest one, if you just got the sandwich by itself, was 300. If you got the whole meal, it got up to like 670. That's just a coffee and a hash brown.
There was something I saw that was like 17.
What's wrong with the oatmeal?
I didn't even. It was part of the meals, but it was one of and it was still high.
The oatmeal is a couple hundred, depending on if you do everything with it. But it can be less than that if you take out some of the sugar.
And it could be even less than that if you just go home and make you some oatmeal on the stove.
Right.
It could be.
And you just start with an oat and some water.
So how many people doing that?
I did it this morning.
Yeah, okay. That's because you're a wealthy man. You get
No. Well, oatmeal ain't expensive.
Well, I mean, his last name is Cosby.
That's right.
His last name is Cosby.
The nephew of the one and only Bill Cosby.
The one and only, Uncle Bill.
And either way, I said, "Hold on, player. 600 calories for real."
And you know what? And let me tell you something. I got actually a feel-good hold-on player that I want to wrap the show up with. Okay?
Mine.
Now, It's a cop in Plano, Texas, pulls over this young 25-year-old married father of two for an expired tag. Okay,
right.
So the little married father, he says, "I just ain't got it." He didn't come up with no lie, anything. I ain't got it. I got to feed my two kids. So the cop, he writes him a ticket, and when he writes him a ticket, he actually hides $100 bill in the ticket, hands it to the driver. And he drives off.
He must have took it from the drug dealer he just busted earlier.
Come on. See, I was like, hold on, player. How daggone nice is that? Okay? Happy holidays.
Dang.
Right? Happy holidays. Hey, it was good to see you, Jamie. It was good being back with you.
Yeah.
Good being back with you, Dr.
Thank
Cosby.
you for the love.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.